please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by the Honorable Carrie Budzinski.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to start off this meeting with a special recognition, and I'm going to hand the floor over to Councilwoman Tashnik to introduce our guest.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I know that the Olympics just ended for most of us, but did you know that we had our own gold medalist right here in the city of Livonia? So Nicole, you can come up to the podium if you want. Or right there. Yep. And we're gonna honor you tonight. So Nicole is a 2026 gold medalist. She is represented us in the Winter Special Olympics and won the 100-meter and the 250-meter cross-country skiing. So on behalf of the city of Livonia, we are honored to recognize your hard work, determination, commitment to excellence for yourself and your team, and we are so proud of your accomplishments and wish you continued victories. So thank you for representing Livonia.
Yes, thank you.
If you would like to say something, go ahead.
If any Livonians want to see me and the other athletes around Michigan, please go on Olympics.com to volunteer, or if you have a special needs kid, you can register them, and they'll do it if they want.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
Well, Nicole,
We're going to take a picture with council.
we would love to give you this commendation from the city council and from the mayor, and we would love to get a picture with you. So if you want to stand right there, we'll come around. All right? Do you want mine? Or see mine? Do you have a phone? Yeah. Robin will give it right here. And I know Mom and Dad are here too, so if they want to come up and take pictures, they can do that, or take pictures all the time.
It happens on Mondays. No worries. I wish I could do that. Close my door. I know. That's okay. Fine. At least I can say I tried. See? Good advice. That's exciting.
I'm suddenly motivated to go work out.
That makes one of us. All right, moving on. So this is a voting meeting. Minutes of this meeting will be approved at the next regular meeting scheduled to be held on Monday, March 9th, 2026. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Councilmember Budzinski.
Here.
Councilmember Persicone. Here. Councilmember Tashnik.
Here.
Vice President Brockway.
Here.
Councilmember McCullough.
Here.
President Reed.
Here. And we are just missing Councilwoman McDonald tonight. She is recovering from an outpatient surgery, and we wish her well. At this time, I will entertain a motion for the minutes from the regular meeting of the City Council held on February 9th, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Tashnik, support by Budzinski. Any comments from council? Anything from the audience? Seeing no one approach, will Madam Clerk please take the vote?
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Persicone.
Aye.
Councilmember Tashnik.
Aye.
Vice President Brockway.
Aye.
Councilmember McCullough.
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye. And the minutes are approved 6-0. Next, we will move on to audience communication. The council has set aside 30 minutes for audience communication for items not on the agenda. You will have 3 minutes. Councilwoman Tashnik will be taking the time on our clock. We do not respond to each comment. We may respond during council comments after the 30 minutes is up. We will have additional audience communication at the end of the regular agenda. You are allowed to speak at either the first or the one at the end, not both. Please state your name and address for the record and direct all comments to me, the chair. Good evening.
Hello. My name is Carla Truxell, 29583 Jacqueline Drive, and I actually came with an update, which actually was inspired by you, Councilman Brockway. 3 years ago when we started Moving with Moose, I heard a lot of input from people of the community saying, Livonia needs a walking club. We don't have a walking club. And I looked into it and I did not find any evidence of such a thing. So I thought that was true. Turns out, I learned about a week ago that we have what's called Livonia Park Run here in Livonia. I thought that was just for runners. I've known about that for a long time, but they accept everyone. So walkers, joggers, runners, they meet every Saturday at Bicentennial Park, and all you have to do is to register. It's free, and you get to time. So if you want to work on improving your time, if there are 5K races you want to participate in this year, this is a good way to practice that. And it also works beautifully with Moving with Moose, which is our initiative to get out there and get moving and take better care of ourselves. Physical movement not just benefits us physically, but also mentally and emotionally. And so I just wanted to share that there's a gem right here in Livonia that somehow I didn't know about all these years, and I wanted to share that with everyone. So thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, Steve King, Coventry Gardens. I too want to thank Councilman Brockway for taking the time to look into the hydraulic snowplow attachment featured in a video I shared recently. If anybody's interested to see how this thing works, it's on my Facebook page. Just go on there. The device is called the RID plow. It's a hydraulic attachment that reduces what's known as windrow snow. That's the pile left at the end of residential driveways after a city plow passes. Every winter, residents shovel their driveway, and then the city plow comes through and pushes a heavy berm right back across the approach. And I know I have two approaches. For seniors, for working families, for anyone with mobility issues, that's more than an inconvenience. It can trap people in their homes. This technology is already being used in Toronto and surrounding municipalities because citizens demanded a better solution. They were tired of being boxed in after every snowfall. Now here's the key point. No community near us, not Farmington, Novi, Westland, Dearborn, is using this technology. Nobody's using it. So my question is simple. Why not Livonia? So you identified it costs about $6,000, Patrick. So your mission is, starting from today till before next winter, to come up with $6,000 in savings. Now, you had a great opportunity to do this as a council when you moved furniture into the rec center. You paid $4,500 in labor. If you had used the court community workers, that could have been done for free. And I'm going to give you another cost savings. I've been talking about this for 10 years. The fluorescent bulbs in the library, each one of those, that's old technology. If you just change the bulb, not the fixture, just the bulb, you would save in energy $84 a year. Again, you could use the court folks doing community service to change those bulbs. It wouldn't cost you anything. That savings, 500 bulbs, is $42,000. I've been talking about this for 10 years. I know Brandon has done this at his own job. He's changed bulbs on his own. I know he's done that. So let's pilot the RID plow, lead the county in innovation, save money, and make sure Livonia residents are never trapped by snow again. Let's set the standard, not follow it. Thank you.
Thank you. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Bob Hauser, and I live at 14792 Hubbard. My family and I have been Livonia residents for the past 39 years. On March 16th, next month, the Law and Education Committee will meet to discuss a proposed amendment to the city's noxious weed ordinance. This amendment would include non-enforcement language for residents who maintain native plant-based gardens and meadows instead of conventional lawns. I'm also aware of the survey conducted last year by the Greenleaf Commission, which was a very good survey, by the way, and the follow-up recommendations they made to the Law and Education Committee. I plan on attending the Law and Education Committee next month to share my thoughts on those recommendations and to voice my support for any resident wishing to implement a managed, sustainable native plant landscape. And I'll elaborate on my reasons why further at the Law and Education Committee next month. I know 3 council members here are on that committee. Between now and that committee meeting, I'd like you to familiarize yourself with the importance of these days of promoting native plant landscapes, both on our commercial settings and our residential settings. For more information on why, I'd recommend you check out Dr. Doug Talamy's many YouTube videos. Or if you want to contact me, I have a lot of research articles pointing to the importance of why they're important in residential settings these days. In closing, I urge you to go home, each one of you to go home, look at your kids and your grandkids, and decide what kind of Livonia do you want to leave them. A grayscape of car washes and gas stations, or do you want to leave them greenscapes, surrounded by greenscapes that support all living life, including their own, because we are part of that. We can't set ourselves outside of it and go up to Rotary Park and take a walk and say, okay, I got my fill. No, we're part of all that. And also, there's a lot of cool programs that the city can get involved in that would give us a lot of positive press on a national and local level. Just last week, I submitted a request to the mayor's office, if you're listening, about the National Wildlife Federation's Mayor's Monarch.
That's time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Thank you, Christopher Martin. Great state of Michigan. It's a nice gesture at the beginning of the meeting on that award that you gave out. And it's a feel-good moment. I think the Kennedys, one of the Kennedys started the Special Olympics years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Just want to touch on something that Steve brought up earlier about that court work program. As a graduate of that myself, an alumni, okay, from a number of years ago, I can tell you this. And I was given the offer of, I think at the time, 10 days in jail or 10 days on a work program. So I chose the work program. I can tell you that that's a waste of a lot of human resources over there that could be used for something constructive like Steve brought up. To sit in their vehicles over there, okay, to leave early, and don't get along with the guy who runs the program. That's why, it was less than a year ago, I believe it was, he threatened to kick my ass. So once again, it's just the way things are in Livonia. Want to just touch on, I attended a function at the, in the auditorium in the library about, I don't know, a week ago or so, The Soul of Livonia. And that was done by a former council person. And it was about an hour, and it's an hour of my life that I'll never get back. I went to it because I thought that it might be productive and might learn something. For those that didn't make it, you didn't miss anything. There was no agenda. I looked at it that no format. It's just two people sitting up there shooting the breeze, basically. That's what it was about. Had I not gone, it might have been something important that I missed. That's why I stayed the entire time. I know some of you who were in attendance bailed a little bit early, and don't blame you for that. But I was hoping to learn something from it, and it just didn't work out, okay? So that's the update on that. So thanks for your time.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, Ralph McNabb, Livonia. We've all heard the questions, what did you know and when did you know it? Those are the questions that always come up and get asked when an issue comes up. Once we've become aware of an issue or situation, we are obligated to take the responsibility to resolve it, correct it, and stop it. Regarding the Sheetz gas station proposed 8 Mile in Newburgh, a little bit of history here. The ordinance that prohibits a gas station within 100 feet of a park was incorrectly assigned away by the Planning Commission, City Council, and ZBA. Why do you think that ordinance is in place? It's for safety. Then, as the issue came up before the City Council, the Council did vote it down. They voted down the rezoning, and I thank you. Then the ZBA made a major error, failing to give proper public notice for their meeting to review and vote on the use variance. The issue has resulted in a lawsuit by Livonia residents and is working its way through the court. The ZBA then exacerbated the issue by proceeding with a conditional approval of the use variance, even though they ignored and did not meet their own 4 conditions that were petitioner's hardship, variance is fair in light of concerns of the neighbors, consistent with the master plan, and in the spirit of the zoning ordinance. Then, as is required in the ZBA letter to the petitioner, the use variance has not, to this date, been voted on by the Planning Commission nor the City Council. We've stated this many times before. You're ignoring this. Therefore, any and all work at that site is technically not allowed by law. Let's be clear. Only the site plan has been voted on and approved by both of these bodies, not the use variance. Bottom line, the proposed gas station use on that corner is a violation of procedural, environmental, harmony, city ordinance, the master plan, and most important of all is safety. The developer has admitted that this plot of land is presently not capable and will take millions to stabilize it, to store 80,000 gallons of fuel. That should scare anybody. That should scare everybody. And it is adjoining to the Whispering Willows Golf Course, a blatant violation of the ordinance that is meant to protect the safety of the people that go there for golf, dinner, and parties. And now you know the whats and the wheres and whens related
Thank you,
to the
sir.
Sheetz
That
issue.
is time. Good evening,
Where
sir.
do we go from here?
That is time. Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Greg Ralco, Golfridge Villa. To piggyback Ralph's comments, there are 5 of you on this council that are on record being against the 8 Mile in Newburgh Sheetz plan. We urge one of you to show leadership and take charge of ending this fiasco. Make a motion. You have the votes to rescind the prior site plan approval that was suspiciously done at the last 2025 council meeting. And there's another lawsuit regarding that. The 5 of you are Kerry. You voted no consistently because you were concerned about the environmental concerns. When you learned that there was 80,000 gallons going to be tucked behind an 18-foot wall, you decided that that was a risk that we just couldn't possibly take. Brandon, you've been consistently...
Sir, please direct all your comments to me.
Brandon, you've been consistently against this, and we thank you. I know Eileen's not here, but Eileen and Patrick both ran their campaigns, and they told us, the citizens that supported them, that they would vote no if this Sheetz proposition came before them. We expect that. Martha, I'll remind you, you voted no when it was overwhelming 5-2 to say no to Sheets about rezoning. Rumor had it, Robin, you were against Sheets in your campaign, although I don't know because I've never talked to you. And Kaylee, I don't know if what your position would be, but in light of all the facts, I just don't know how you can sit there and ever say that this was a good thing for the city and fair to the residents. Martha, you also voted then yes for the site plan approval. And the only reason you tendered, because you said, I'm against this, was that you were afraid that Sheets was going to file a lawsuit. Sheets hasn't filed lawsuits, nor will they here. We've checked the circuit courts in other cities or in other counties. They won't file it here because that would be a political mistake. You're going to sue the city that says no, only to have them want our citizens to patronize them. Livonia has a sound defense. It's in violation of our ordinances, and Sheets knows this. The ZBA blew it. The planning department blew it. We have to stop covering for each other.
That is time. Any other audience communication tonight? All right, we will move on to council announcements. We have received new data for items 10, 12, and 22, and items 12 and 22 have been removed from the agenda. A couple of announcements about some upcoming meetings. We have an Economic Development, Strategic Planning, and Technology Committee meeting on Wednesday, February 25th at 7 p.m. And then we have another meeting for the Capital Outlay and Infrastructure Committee on March 2nd and a second one on March 11th. Those meetings will be upstairs in the council chambers. All three start at 7 p.m. And next, I will move to Councilman Brockway to announce our January 2026 retirees.
Thank you. The January 2026 retirees, we have Michael Mockeridge, Senior Police Lieutenant, retiring after 26 years, 4 months of service. Thank you very much for your service. We have Ward Cowan, Public Service Worker 1, after 18 years, 8 months of service. Thank you for your service. And Don Roroff, DPW Director, 15 years, 7 months of service. Thank you all for the service you've provided the city.
Thank you. Councilwoman Tashnik?
Thank you, Madam Chair. What a great story that we had at the beginning of the meeting tonight with our athletes, so that was very exciting. And honestly, inspired by Special Olympics athletes, a team of our city employees is going to take place in a polar plunge fundraiser this Saturday in Walled Lake to support Special Olympics. And we are extend our heartfelt thanks to those employees who pledged funds toward that effort. I don't know that I would be diving into a polar plunge, but I give them all the kudos in the world. And I know Chris Stuckey, one of our computer administrators, he's sitting in the audience, and great job for getting all that together and bringing Nicole to us tonight. That was really a fantastic story, and what a, inspiration we had. Number two, and I know Carla Truxell already came up, Moving with Moose, the council team is set up. I'm going to set it live. We are, and you guys are all be joining it, just so you know. But we will be at Laurel Park near the food court on Sunday, March 1st to kind of kick it off, or I'll be there, and I invite anyone who wants to join us. I know Carla will be there. And that will kick off our month of walking, or Moving with Moose. So you can walk, run, jog, crawl, I guess any of the movements as long as you get out there. And we'll give you some updates. So that's coming up. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councilwoman Budzinski?
Yes, so lots of Olympic victories to celebrate. It was a huge thing at our household. But closer to home, I also wanted to note that the Webster Wildcat Elementary chess team won first place in the K through third grade Michigan Elementary Team Championship this past weekend. So we have a lot of victories here in Livonia, and wanted to kind of spotlight those kiddos and congratulate them for their victory this weekend. I would also, through the chair, to my colleague, Councilwoman Persicone, asked to include the matter of long-term infrastructure investment and planning, including consideration for long-term facilities maintenance plans, to be added to the agenda to next week's Capital Outlay and Infrastructure Committee meeting. You know, on that agenda for next week is going to be looking at a new police facility. You know, one of the things that we've talked about over the last couple of years that has been budgeted for is a capital improvement manager position. And I think that, I believe that that is still a vacant position, but I think it's really important that as we look to move forward with new investments in the city, that we also, again, look at how we're maintaining the facilities that we had. Obviously, we had a plan. It didn't work out as we thought it might. So we need to recalibrate and come up with new solutions to address outstanding problems here with our facilities across the city. So I'd like us to take some time to just kind of see where we're at on that as well. But I leave that to your leadership in your committee. Additionally, the state legislator is looking to pass local zoning legislation, and I would like council to pass a resolution opposing the current proposal and also asking our representatives in Lansing to vote against it, if I can have some support.
Support.
So the resolution that I'm asking for, or what's going on in Lansing right now, is Lansing is looking to, out of their House committee, propose multiple House bills that would kind of put a one-size-fit-all for zoning, and that would supersede local authority. Zoning is a big thing that local municipalities do. Their intent is to address a housing crisis, a housing affordability crisis. I acknowledge that there is a housing affordability problem in this state and across this country, but I don't think that a one-size-fits-all approach is in the best interest of the city of Livonia. Livonia, you know, Michigan itself is a very diverse state. What works for Detroit doesn't work for Marquette or Gaylord or Ferndale. And again, I don't think that it would also work for Livonia. I think it's important that we get to make the decisions for what is best for our community here. And sometimes those are hard decisions to make, as we all know, but I think it's up to us, for our residents, to make those decisions and find a pathway forward. So I ask our city attorney to draft a resolution that formally opposes the housing package and urges our legislator to vote against the bill in its current form. The city is open to innovative solutions to a real problem and working with the state on finding those solutions. However, I don't feel that this is the right solution for Livonia, and I'd like our clerk to share a resolution, should it be passed, with the governor's office, the legislature, and any other interested community partners.
Madam Chair, excuse me. I just want to offer two quick tidbits. Thank you, Councilwoman Budzinski, for sharing that. I have no problem adding that to our agenda item. So if that could happen.
Those were two separate things. Sorry, was I not clear?
Okay.
This is not for your committee?
Oh, no, the resolution, I'm aware.
Okay.
Yes, no, thank you with respect to the infrastructure and planning, with
I
respect
think
to
we have
that.
to vote on my.
Yeah, we have to vote
Yeah,
on.
she said two things. She's got one more thing after this.
And then I'd like to move to vote on that as well.
Okay, thank you. Any support?
We already have support from Persicone.
Okay. Anything else from council on that?
Madam Chair, can I just clarify exactly what we're voting on? We're voting to send this to law, is what we're voting
Yes,
on, not to actually approve the resolution at this point.
Well, I would defer to our,
Okay, I just
through
want to
the
make sure
chair,
it's clear
to
for
our
everybody what
city
we're voting
attorney
on.
on that one. I know that this is an eminent motion on the bill. Our partners, particularly at SEMCOG, are asking community members who are members of SEMCOG to take swift action. Again, because this would be a one-size-fits-all approach that supersedes local authority. And, you know, we want to be able to chart our own path in what's right for Livonia.
Sure. So my understanding of the motion, and of course council is free to adjust this or correct me, but my understanding of the motion is that the resolution is being offered tonight.
Okay.
The suggestion just being that I draft a resolution based on the verbal one offered.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were clear on what we were doing tonight. Sorry, through the chair.
Okay, yep. So anything else from council? Anything from the audience on this? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Councilmember Bazinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Persicone.
Aye.
Councilmember Tashnik.
Aye.
Vice President Brockway.
Aye.
Councilmember McCullough.
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye. And that passes 6-0. Anything else, Ms. Budzinski?
Nope,
Or
that's all for me.
Ms. Persicone?
I do have something
Sure.
separate. This is totally separate. I just wanted to announce that the Livonia PM Rotary Club is having their first annual grub crawl Thursday, April 16th. For those of you that don't know, Rotary is a wonderful service organization here in the city of Livonia. Its efforts are geared towards fundraising, and the monies that are raised in fundraising all go towards local service organizations. And so this event is our newest event to try to fundraise money for other causes that are needed in the city. Thursday, April 16th, there's some information about it on my Facebook page and social media. You can ask any Rotarian. Most Rotarians know what's going on. So I would just ask you to consider either purchasing a ticket if you would like to eat at this event, or if you are a restaurateur, you have a local restaurant here in the city or a bakery. We're looking for baked goods, dessert places, all of that, breads, whatever type of goods that you have. We're accepting participants for the next several weeks. So I just wanted to put that out there and hope people participate. The more, the merrier. And that is it.
Thank you. Anything over here? Councilman McCullough?
Thank you. I just want to kind of air out just some statements regarding One Noble, and even I appreciate Councilwoman Budzinski bringing up the facilities management position. My issue with these is, and I appreciate the task force, I appreciate everything. I want to start with Noble. I'm looking right here, and we have a press release from 2023. We have a press release from May 21st, 2024. We have a press release from February 21st, 2025. These are all from major news sources. And it's the same thing over and over. Recently, I want to say within the last month, if you peruse around the site, the windows are there, right? You got the blinds that are wide open. There are gaping holes in the roof. There has been council motions and resolutions that have asked the administration, and they have passed to do these, to specifically fix the hole in the roof. The Noble Library has been used as a political football, and I'm just tired of it. I look at this, and we've got a task force. I appreciate it. But what's the task force going to lead to? And I appreciate everybody on the task force. It's going to lead to an RFP. It's going to say, hey, the task force worked 3 months on this, and now we're going to go out for a request for proposal on about 5 bullet items, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. However, we're doing this in good faith, right? Then why is there a gaping hole in the roof? That water is continually just pouring in, all right? That's what's happening right now. I have said on record years ago, every year, that it would take literally $300 to go out and put a patch on that roof. If you were to do an aerial on that site right now, you would see that every roof sump, which is the drains, would be packed. All the tapered insulation. And if anybody doesn't know what tapered insulation is, it's on a flat roof. You want to push everything to the drains. That's dilapidated. So I want on record, because right now, we can sit here and have sunshine and butterflies on the city's administration page and on social media channels, but something needs to get done. When it's a $200 roof patch that is going to save a potential building, which we're striving for, which we've been dealing for 6 years, I don't want to sit and talk about the same thing. Oh, we're just doing this. Facilities management, we brought that up 2 years ago. We approved that in the budget. Who's going to be accountable for the administration for not making this happen? Now we're just going to talk about it more. People, I'm done. Listen, I appreciate it, but I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at some glaring problems that we have in this city, and it needs to change. And I could sit there and everybody could tell me different things, that I want to do this for political gain. We need to do right. We work for the people. And if everything's perfect, then I wouldn't be here right now. And I'm just getting tired of it. I am. Because everything, it feels like Groundhog Day every day in the city of Livonia from a talking perspective. Enough talking. Let's get some stuff done. And it goes for all of this. If anybody wants to and doesn't think that there's serious issues in this city, then come talk to me. Maybe I'll listen to you. I have humility. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm, looking at things a different way. But I don't think I am. I think everybody in this audience has grown because they're upset with what is happening. And so I'm just letting everybody know going forward, I'm going to use this channel, because I don't have the gavel, I don't have to pass it, to tell you exactly how I feel. And I apologize up to this point that I wasn't more transparent. On a happier note, the United States hockey, come on, guys. Let's go. All right? Listen, that was a palate cleanser. USA Hockey, it's funny, a lot of people that follow me on social media, I am now the head coach of the 12U Tier 2, which is travel. It's AA travel girls hockey. And I'm telling you, it's such a great thing. I remember 1980, born in 1981, and we've seen a huge population spike for registrations in hockey. You better believe it with those Kachuk brothers that we're going to be partying, man. It's just nice to see. So it was something that I know a lot of the main media was trying to hijack and spin. I don't care. I think it was great for the country all around. And anybody that wants to debate me, listen, you're going to have to knock me out because I'll do a hockey fight with you. I'm kidding. I'm joking. But it was a great day for America and something we should be proud of. And segueing and even moving with Moose, right? We're doing all this stuff. We've got a hockey game coming up on May 2nd. Hopefully, let's work for some good weather, and we're going to get beat up by the Red Wings. We're going to have tables there. So if anybody out there, I try to make this event into almost like a craft show for special interest groups, service groups. You guys are out there. It's BYOT. It's bring your own table. Bring your stuff. Come out. All right? Don't get me in trouble at Eddie Edgar. But if you know a service group or a nonprofit that would like to get a little bit more face off to 800 plus people, let me know. Carla, you've been doing it, and it works out. It gets education out there. I know we've had Save Apple Noble out there. They've been doing things. Rotary's always helped out. So it's a great event. Tickets are online, and I'm going to keep promoting it. So thank you.
Okay, moving on to reports from the mayor and other city officials. We have received communication from the Office of the Mayor dated February 10th, 2026, and it was forwarding the annual report for the fiscal year 2024-2025, reflecting the finances and administrative activities in the city. We have received and filed. We have an update from Lindsay Fricky, our library director, if you want to come on down.
Hi there, good evening, Council. I just wanted to give a quick update that there was recent suggestion about a material request for the public library to have. So I am happy to update you all. I brought a prop to show you. That we now subscribe to the Detroit Legal News. So we do get the subscription Monday through Friday. So it is available at the library. So that way the public or anybody else that wants to come in and take a look at it, whether it's just for informational or you're just curious about information, legal information there, we do have that available for our residents now as well. So I just want to give that quick update. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, moving on to our consent agenda. Items 1 through 20 on the consent agenda will be voted on as one item. These items were previously discussed at the study meeting that took place on February 9th, 2026, and determined to be non-controversial. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Support.
Motion by McCullough, support by Tashnik. Do I have any comments from council? Any comments from the audience? Name and address for the record, please. You have 2 minutes.
Frank McDermott, Rayburn, Livonia, Michigan. Number 10 on the consent agenda, the splash pad. Children need a pool more than they need a splash pad. Children need to learn how to swim. They need the opportunity to play, have fun in the water, and become comfortable in the water. It is easier to teach children to swim who are not afraid of the water. Also, while a splash pad may benefit young children, a pool benefits everyone. I am requesting, requesting the council to pull the splash pad off of the agenda and reconsider refurbishing the pool. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything else from the audience? Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please. You have 2 minutes.
I just wanted a clarification. Is all those items 1 through 10 are on the consent agenda? Is that what it is?
It was 1 through 21, but we removed
Okay.
an
are-
item,
okay,
so now
'cause
it's
I
1
thought
through
those
20.
All right. Well, let's go to item 5, resurfacing of Rotary Park. So the two most viable options for these play surfaces are I think what we got going here is some kind of artificial grass, artificial surface. But the better option is a poured-in-place rubber. It offers a seamless, consistent surface, and it has low upkeep. Here's the issue with the turf. The turf comes in rolls, and they must be seamed together. And then I've seen this happen at other playgrounds. Poor edges, the edges can curl, becoming trip hazards. And the turf relies on a properly prepared base, and if it's not done properly, you're going to get soft spots, puddling, and uneven areas. And I can take you to playgrounds where this has happened. So my prediction is, if you go forward with this, you are going to have seam and edge problems, and I'm going to come back and remind you that we had this conversation. Thank you.
Anything else from the audience? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Persicone.
Aye.
Councilmember Tashnik.
Aye.
Vice President Brockway.
Aye.
Councilmember McCullough.
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye, and the consent agenda passes 6-0. And our unfinished business was removed. Do we have any additional audience communication? Anyone that did not speak at the beginning, you will have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Jerry Karasinski, 19488 Bainbridge Avenue. I have a series of items. Hopefully, I will get through them quickly. In discussing the resolution on state zoning changes, I do support that. I believe that zoning is local. In discussion about priorities as far as facilities, definitely a police station is apparently near the top of our list, if not the top, but also updating the fire stations to Councilmember McCullough's point, Noble. And we also have a city hall that you guys have talked about replacing. We have empty buildings fronting Farmington. I think that those locations would probably serve us better as a city than using a lot of the parkland that was discussed previously at Civic Center. We were told at the Planning Commission meeting that McKenna is going to have feedback on the master plan updates for the end of February. There's a lot of issues related to that master plan. I hope everybody is seriously considering what they want to see in the master plan. I think we have to look at master plan issues from areas of the city and not just at the city's 36 square miles in total. Also, I think we might want to start considering city charter changes. We've seen a lot of dissatisfaction with residents in many of the things that are going on. There's different models. We have a strong mayor model. There's a weak mayor model with a city manager. We could see a lot of different changes. Do we need to have an at-large city council, or should we have wards? Important things to consider. A lot of people are talking about growing this city and having access to affordable housing. We have 2 townships adjacent to our boundaries. We could look at annexing all or parts of those townships. That's never been discussed. I know it's a hugely controversial thing because I remember when Mayor Kirksey tried to annex the area where Brandon has a new city hall. So that's something else. And the last thing is the library update from the head librarian. I totally appreciate them bringing in new content, but we need a city commission, the library commission and the leaders of our libraries to come up with a plan. I don't think we really have a plan for how to best utilize our libraries. So we all just have individual opinions, and that's fine, but I think as a city we can do better. So thank you for hearing me.
Thank you. Good evening. Name and address for the record, please.
Hi, Cindy Fleming, Livonia. I just actually wanted to speak about some things that I found when I looked at the annual report. I know it was in the packet, and previously when I spoke, I kind of asked that sometimes packet information be displayed up. And what I found is the reason why. because a lot of people do not put eyes on. So in that packet, on page 5, we're discussing taxes and that Livonia is the 7th strongest in the state in SEV and taxable value. But when you go over to the ad valorem value totals, every single arrow is pointing down. That there was a decrease between 24 and 25. I think all the arrows are wrong. I think they should all be pointing up. Nobody that I know of, residential, commercial, industrial, or personal, saw a tax decrease in 2025. Then I jump to different anomalies. On page 8, it said the city, this is Susie Nash's report, treasurer, the city collected $754,136 in delinquent personal property taxes. But then when you go over to the law department, they said that they helped collect $21,370 in delinquent property taxes. What did we collect? Then when you go over to the statistics in the finance department, by the number, accounts payable in 2024 were accounts payable checks, 13,304. But when you jump to 2025, we went down to 415. How can that be? How can a city the size of Livonia have only issued 416 accounts payable checks? Then when we go to statistics with the police department, we love our police department. I love our police department. I'm sure everyone else does. It said we increased reports taken, we increased adults arrests, we increased civil tickets issued, we increased drunk driving, but it says serious crimes all declined by 10%. And that, or 18% in 2024 and 10% in 2025. The numbers don't jive. The charts don't jive. Then when you hop over to the court.
Thank you, ma'am. That is time. Do we have anything else from the audience? Any closing remarks from council? Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Tashnik, support by Brockway. We will be back here at 8 p.m.